The Ravens obviously lost Patrick Queen this offseason, and Trenton Simpson is stepping in to that number 2 linebacker role. We obviously have a new defensive coordinator, former linebackers coach, and Baltimore Ravens All-Pro linebacker Zachary Orr. So what can we expect and believe we can get from Trenton Simpson this season? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Trenton Simpson and the realistic expectations that we can have. And I wanted to get this out before we saw him play in the preseason, because preseason does return this week. It's the Hall of Fame game. Next week, we finally get Ravens. I believe it's Ravens and Eagles is the first game. So before we really get to even see him in another preseason, I think it's fair to talk about what we can truly expect from him, because I think a lot of people, including myself, will say, like, I'm happy that we lost Patrick Queen. I think Trenton Simpson is a good replacement for Patrick Queen. That does not necessarily mean Trenton Simpson this year will be better than Patrick Queen was last year, because I think that's an unrealistic expectation. The expectation has to be that it will be a decline. Now, the hope is that in 2 years, he is better. The hope is we kept Trenton Simpson and lost Patrick Queen because we felt like the value, right? You look at Moneyball, the value of Patrick Queen making $12 million a year and giving his performance, it's better to have Trenton Simpson at the $3 to $4 million that his rookie contract is leading the Baltimore Ravens to pay him over the next couple of seasons. That's the difference. So, again, I think Trenton Simpson's a good player. I really liked what we saw in Week 18 against Pittsburgh last year, but we cannot expect him to go out there and be, I believe Patrick Queen was a second-team All-Pro. We can't expect him to be a Pro Bowler this year. I think that's unrealistic, and it's setting him up to fail. What we need to look at is, okay, how often is he going to be on the field? I don't necessarily think he'll be out there on every single snap. Why? Because we have Eddie Jackson. We have Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, Darius Washington. We have a ton of corners, right? Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Stevens. We drafted Nate Wiggins. We drafted TJ Tampa. We have Pepe Williams. We can easily drop into nickel and dime and dollar sets and take our guys off of the field. Remember, the Ravens defense, even though we don't know exactly what it'll look like with Zachary Orr, they thrive in playing players in different positions. We will see Kyle Van Noy drop into pass coverage. We'll probably see Odafe Oweh do it. We'll probably see David Ojabo do it. We'll probably see other players rushing the passer. We'll probably see Malik Harrison drop back and rush the passer. There's a lot of different things that we could see happen, and we need to take that into account and really be watchful of how the preseason goes with Trenton Simpson, because if we're being realistic, we're not going to see much Roquan. We might see a little bit of Odafe. We're probably not going to see Matabike. We're probably not going to see much Kyle Van Noy. So the front seven that we are going to be analyzing is just going to be Trenton Simpson and seeing how he performs on an island against these other teams. And again, it's not against starting competition, but it's at least seeing what kind of role the Ravens are scouting him for, right? Not necessarily, obviously we have him on the team, but seeing, hey, where does he react best? How does he fit in with this defense, right? We might see him playing a little bit of Mike. We'll probably see a lot more Will, but we might see him at Mike, seeing if there's a situation where we can throw Roquan at the Will, throw Roquan at Sam. Whatever the Ravens feel like they can do, they're going to try it. So Trenton Simpson's expectations should not be All-Pro. They should not be Pro Bowl. The expectations are, hopefully he gets better each and every game, and he is a competent player come playoff time. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. He's a day 2 linebacker that is very fast, very athletic, but relatively raw coming into his rookie season, and now it's his sophomore year. What's he going to be able to do? And I think we're going to find different ways to not have him out there every single play. But again, I just wanted to make this video before the season starts, before preseason even starts, where we temper our expectations to not be this is not a first round linebacker that we drafted to be the leader of our front seven. No, this was a player that we drafted as, hey, maybe he'll replace Patrick Queen. And now he's stepping into that role. We're going to have to see how he develops, how he performs, and how the Ravens really want to use him. Because remember, he lined up at slot. He lined up at pass rusher. He lined up at safety. He lined up at linebacker, inside and outside. He lined up everywhere at Clemson. Maybe the Ravens want to utilize that diversity a little bit. We'll find out. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts. What percentage do you see Trenton Simpson playing snaps? I would probably say he'll play around 80% of the snaps this year. And what percentage of those snaps at each position? I would say he's playing 85% of his snaps at will. But I think we'll see a couple of Mike. I think we'll see a couple of him at maybe slot or at least Sam. And I think we'll see maybe a couple of times he might line up on the end. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you again tomorrow.